Financial institution leaders, your clients aren't freezing on million-dollar decisions because they don't trust your products. They're freezing because you haven't learned the 3 nervous system levers that create safety before any signature can land. I'm Doina Onchel, financial trauma and wealth behavior specialist who helps banks build client trust that turns into lasting revenue. If you're still waiting for clients to just get it, your competitors will own their loyalty while you watch assets under management walk out the door. If this feels familiar in your world, give this video a like. It helps others find this conversation, and stay with me until the end because I'll show you exactly why this is your next strategic advantage. Let's start with talking about the human moment banks miss. Picture a client who is a 42-year-old VP. She's sitting across from your best advisor with $2.8 million ready to allocate. Your advisor walks through the perfect, clear, compelling database strategy. Sarah nods politely. Her smile doesn't reach her eyes. She then says, "Can you send me this information to look over it later, please?" The door closes and the opportunity is gone. Your team calls her irrational, but here's what they need to face. The client's nervous system heard a threat in that room. Not in your numbers. They're data-driven and very, very clear. The threat was felt in your advisor's energy. The unconscious rush from quarterly pressure, the tight jaw, the pace that felt like urgency instead of partnership. Her body registered danger before her mind could process diversification benefits. What's important to understand here is that this isn't a sales problem. This is a human safety problem. And when human safety goes unmet in banking, trust declines, and with it, the revenue. If you're nodding along to what I just said so far, this is your gentle reminder to subscribe to my channel for more trauma-informed frameworks in finance. Now let's talk about the body states you can't afford to ignore. Every client interaction happens through 3 nervous system states, whether you understand them or not. The safe state is where people connect, they listen deeply, and this is where they make bold decisions. The activated state is where they push back. This is when they delay or they disengage to protect themselves. And the shutdown state is where they nod agreeably but take zero action. Financial conversations such as inheritance stress, market uncertainty, debt shame usually flips most clients out of safety instantly. Your compliance training, digital interfaces, and performance cultures either bring them back or push them further away. Smart banks learn to recognize these states and build not only conversations, but safety culture all around. That's where you win loyalty that fintechs can't touch. All right, let's start talking about the 3 nervous system levers that banks need to stop ignoring if they want to start seeing their revenue grow. Lever 1, conversations that regulate. Let's talk about this first lever that banks ignore. Regulated conversations. Compliance ensures you say legal words. Regulation ensures your client feels safe enough to act on them. What I see most advisors do is they walk into meetings carrying their own stress, the weight of targets, the pressure of pipeline reviews, and that stress doesn't stay contained. Advisors are human, and the stress unconsciously lives in their tone, their pacing, and their subtle tension. Clients feel it instantly, and their bodies respond protectively. The regulated approach changes everything. Here's what I recommend. Before the meeting, when advisors feel the stress in their own bodies, pause to settle their own nervous system with one slow breath cycle. This is small, yet would make a big impact during the conversation with their client, helping them match the client's rhythm rather than drive their own agenda. They replace pressure questions with normalizing ones. Something as simple as, many clients feel hesitation right here. What's alive for you at this moment? When financial institutions train their wealth team this way, clients start staying in meetings longer. They would feel safe to ask deeper questions, and that would lead to them signing paperwork that they previously delayed. Trust isn't built through information. We have it everywhere. Trust is built when bodies feel safe enough to receive it. If this resonates with your team's experience, share with your advisory leadership. When they're ready to implement it, I hope this video helps. Okay, let's move on to lever 2, the processes that protect. The second lever transforms how you design client processes. Right now, your client onboarding flows, app notification, hardship protocols, they're not neutral. They signal threat or safety before anyone reads a word. Think of the client inheriting sudden wealth while grieving. Your current process hits them with 17 forms, urgent red banners, decision overload when their capacity is at its lowest. Their nervous system doesn't see paperwork, it sees attack. They withdraw, literally and figuratively. Trauma-informed processes look radically different. They break overwhelming moments into digestible steps, and it starts simple with just getting their name and email first, and then documents later. The communication is normalized with language like, most clients need 3 days here. It's quite all right. You are right on time. They use green progress indicators instead of red threat alerts. Leading banks that are implementing this, they see clients complete processes they once abandoned. They see engagement where shame used to live. And when you design for nervous system safety, clients don't just stay, they advocate for you. Comment below, if you're an advisor, what's the most stressful process in your client journey? And if you're a client, what's the most stressful process for you when you're interacting with the bank? Your voice matters here. Okay, the third lever. This focuses on resilient relationships. This lever addresses the foundation, your people. Burnt out advisors don't just miss targets, they unconsciously signal stress that becomes contagious. A team in chronic activation can create safety for clients in vulnerability. And the solution isn't more motivational speakers or wellness apps, because that is only a band-aid solution in a chronic panic mode environment. The solution is nervous system capacity. It's daily team moments where the team feels safe to name tension levels and breathe together. It's performance conversations that value regulated presence over raw volume. It's leadership that models slowness in a quota-driven world. Forward-thinking institutions build these practices into their culture. Their advisors hold space for complex client conversations without leaking pressure. Clients feel the difference. They stay longer, refer your business to their network confidently, and they engage deeply. Your human capital becomes your greatest competitive advantage. If you're building team capacity, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for weekly frameworks that land every Wednesday. Here's the strategic value proposition that fintechs can copy. Smaller banks are not winning with better rates or shinier apps. They're winning because they understand felt safety at body level. Your clients don't leave for fintech because of shiny features. They leave because your institution feels like a threat while the new option feels like a partnership. These three levers, regulated conversation, safety design processes, and resilient teams, create loyalty that switching costs can't break. They turn compliance transactions into trusted relationships. They transform send me the information to look over it later moments into signed commitments. This isn't about being nice. This is about building the human foundation where profitable long-term strategies actually land. So, what is the human ROI nobody measures? When you ignore nervous system safety, you lose more than client deals. You lose the relationships that compound into multi-year revenue. Stalled conversations become forgotten or ignored by clients. Avoidant clients become competitors' advocates. Overworked teams become turnover expenses. When you invest here, clients engage with the complex solutions that drive your margins. They refer your bank from genuine trust, not transactional incentives. Your people sustain peak performance without burnout cycles, and this compounds into a strategic advantage that fintech disruption can't touch. The institutions that are implementing this now build competitive advantages that last decades. Here's your leadership moment. Tomorrow morning, listen to 3 client calls and notice the unspoken energy. Ask your team one simple question. What felt tense in your body today? Map your highest drop-off process and identify the threat signals. These aren't nice to haves. They're the human foundation of profitable banking. Leaders today see stalled pipelines not as product failures, but as safety gaps. They close those gaps before competitors even notice the opportunity. I'd love to explore this with you in a 15-minute conversation. Grab a spot through the link in the description below. If it feels like the right next step in your team, we'll pinpoint which lever moves the needle fastest at your institution. My final thoughts to you. You're not just watching a video, you're gaining the trauma-informed lens that turns human safety into institutional advantage. This shifted how you see client hesitation. Like this video and subscribe for the ongoing conversation. Feel free to leave a comment with which level you'll audit first, and share this video with your client experience boss, wealth management boss, or people leaders and all the bosses. They'll recognize the strategic gap you're about to close. The link to book your consultation waits in the description below. Institutions that move first on nervous system safety don't just survive disruption. They redefine leadership. You're the bank leader who changes everything. See you on the other side of this transformation.
Okay, let's go.